Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglow. In today's video, I want to talk about a decision that a lot of people, myself included, are going to have to make in the future. And hopefully this video will help all of us make this decision. And in particular, it's talking about what we're going to do with our pity points or our exchange points, whatever you want to call them, for this new banner. So when the banner ends, if you haven't exchanged your points or whatever leftover points that you have, what's gonna happen to them, right? When the banner goes away, these points will be converted into rare metals. Now, how do we get rare metals? Great question, glad you asked. You can either dismantle gacha characters, or you can get the exchange points and have them kind of roll into these rare metals. However, in my opinion, the thing that is kind of like the main reason for it that I would want to go after is the UR limit break material. The issue with that is that if you look here, it's 1,000 for this first one, and then it's 2,000 for this one if you do it within the same month. So that to me is like giga levels of whaling, right? I don't even think like I would go after that when I was whaling back in the day. You know, it kind of puts you in a weird position. Like if you're at 90, if you're at 130, if you're at 150, do I just sit there and let the pulls wait? Or do I, go after the spark and just go spark a character? You know, you could make an argument and say, oh, well, there are conversion chips and I can use that for my SSR characters. And while, yeah, you totally could, if you saved up this material right here to get the UR limit break, that's 20% for one character that you're putting there for a UR, and that to me is just such a massive game changer for that character in particular that I think we should like actually save for this. And hopefully in the future, if our economy gets a little bit better, then we can maybe potentially get these a little bit quicker. But at least from the two extremes that I think have the easiest decisions, right? If you're a free-to-play player that is hardcore, I will not spend any money on this game, you don't even gotta worry, right? If you got the characters that you want, there's no reason for you to spark a character, right? Save your diamonds, save your gems for the next banner, for the upcoming stuff. Great, you're done. If you're a whale, right, you have an easy thing. Just go spark. Who cares? If you got the money and you ball like that, hey, kudos. Do you. Go get you a spark, right? It's kind of that odd place in between where we say, okay, like, yeah, I might whale, or I maybe I'll put a little bit of money, but not too much, right? Or I'll only whale if it's like right there, or like if I need just one or two more, right? So for me, like, I feel like a good stopping point is if I have all three of the characters, right? Thankfully, I've got Justice, I got Strike Freedom, and I got the supportership all in 90. Awesome. That's all I got. I didn't get, 2 in 1 pull or anything like that. So if I didn't have, let's just say, Strike Freedom, right? Maybe I would feel comfortable going to 120. Maybe I'd feel comfortable going to 130, right? It's where you feel comfortable. The other thing that we gotta kind of look at is if 200 is going to be the magic number, that means it's going to be 60,000 to spark a character on an upcoming banner. If it's your like, oh my god, I must have this character type, suit or actual pilot, and then it kind of gets worse if it's for a supporter, because I believe a supporter is 300. So that makes it just a bit worse. But if I were to give a number, just a random number, in my opinion, I think if I'm at 150 and I guess 140 and below, then I would just kind of stop and be like, yo, I'm calling it quits here. I'm not going to spark, right? But if I'm at 150 and I'm like 5 pulls away, I'm like, dude, I may as well just finish this, right? Because at that point, whether it's free gems or, maybe I dip a little bit into the swipe no jutsu, right? To me, I would think that I would feel as if that's worth it from there on. It's going to be a tough decision, right? For me, I'm at 90. Yes, I lose out on not getting a guaranteed spark or anything that could come in between there, but I really feel like saving my gems, especially because we have a terrible economy. I only have the new chapter that, or the new story that they added to the game to kind of get gems from. You know, trying to be free to play, I'm not really gonna, you know, look to throw 11 more multis, right? Even if I wanted to, I don't have 11 multis to throw. So that's kind of like the keep it in the back of your mind. You know, we have until the 13th or the 12th, since it's, you know, 13th is JST. But I mean, you know, it's gonna be tough. You know, if you go after the spark, I wish you the best of luck. If you don't go after the spark, you know, hey, do your best, hold strong, stay strong, and don't pull. And best of luck to you in not pulling. Don't, you know, resist the temptation. Do your best to resist it. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to make this video and just say, hey, this is what's going to happen to our points once this banner goes away. Should you spark on this or not? And honestly, at the end of the day, that comes up to you. Are you whaling? Are you free to play? If you're free to play and you got everything, hey, call it quits. If you don't have everything and you're at like 120, 130, 140, hey, call it quits. Because let me tell you, the gems are dry, brother. The gems are dry. Anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.